Hey there. Ready to take a deep dive? Today we're tackling Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz.
Oh, a fascinating choice.
I know, right? This guy, Wikipedia, boldly calls him the last universal genius.
Last, huh? A bold claim.
Right. And his Wikipedia page. It's more like a laundry list of accomplishments, philosophy, math, you name it.
Well, it does make you wonder, doesn't it? Does he live up to the hype?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, where do we even start with a guy like this?
Well, this universal genius thing is as good a place as any, I suppose. What makes Leibniz worthy of such a title?
I mean, the guy practically oozes polymath vibes.
He really does. Just imagine growing up at the personal library, crammed with law books, philosophy, theology, all in Latin. That was Leibniz's childhood.
Talk about pressure.
But it wasn't just the content, you see, it was the range. His father's collection, it wasn't just about making him a scholar, it was about exposing him to, well, everything.
Like his upbringing was engineered to create a Renaissance man.
Exactly. And speaking of Renaissance men, Leibniz even dabbled in poetry. Wrote 300 lines of Latin verse as a teenager.
300 lines. Was that like a teenage phase or something?
More than that, it reveals a fascination with language, with its structure that would actually underpin his later work. On logic, the universal language idea.
Wow. So he was destined for greatness from the get-go.
It seems so. But even geniuses face rejection. Did you know he was initially denied a doctorate in law?
Seriously, why?
Too young. Can you imagine?
No way. What were they thinking?
It does make you wonder, doesn't it? But even then, he wasn't just going through the motions. Leibniz was publishing work on philosophy, arguing for connections between law and philosophy. This was a teenager, remember?
This guy was operating on a whole other level.
He really was.
Okay, so speaking of operating on different levels, we have to talk calculus. Everyone knows Newton, but Leibniz has a claim to it too, am I right?
Oh, absolutely. Major drama there.
Drama. What happened?
It turned into a whole priority dispute. Accusations of plagiarism flying left and right.
Oh, wow. This isn't just some academic squabble. Whoever gets credit for calculus, that shapes the trajectory of mathematics.
Exactly. Like, imagine if Leibniz's notation had taken hold earlier. Would we even be thinking about math differently today?
It's mind-blowing. So, different schools of thought approaching the same problem, different methods, different notations. It makes you wonder, doesn't it?
It really does.
Okay, but back to Leibniz. It wasn't all just abstract math with him. He seemed to find a way to apply it to everything.
He really did.
Like his idea to use windmills for mining.
Ah, yes. The windmills. You have to remember, though, it's the 17th century. Innovation looked quite different then.
That's true. That's true.
But Leibniz, he was obsessed with using technology, to improve everyday life.
So even if the windmill project was a swing and a miss,
It was.
it still says something about him. He was a practical guy.
Absolutely. Like, he was constantly searching for ways to make the world a better place, and not just through thinking, but through actual tangible inventions.
He wanted to see his ideas put to work.
Precisely.
And it wasn't just technology either. He was super into diplomacy, right? Trying to prevent wars, I think I read.
Oh, absolutely. The man was practically a one-man League of Nations, centuries ahead of his time.
Seriously.
And his Egyptian plan, have you heard of that?
Egyptian plan.
Huh.
Ringing a bell, but I need a refresher.
Fascinating stuff. It's a perfect example of his strategic thinking, but on a geopolitical scale.
And how'd that go?
Let's just say it backfired spectacularly.
Oh no, really?
Which kind of speaks to another side of Leibniz, don't you think?
Yeah.
His grand visions didn't always quite translate into real-world success.
Ah, so it's like even geniuses make mistakes.
Exactly. And his work for the House of Brunswick, another example.
The Brunswick what now?
The history. He was commissioned to write a grand history of the House of Brunswick.
Oh, right. And what happened? Don't leave me hanging.
Volumes and volumes of research, funded by the electors, and did they ever get to see it finished? Nope.
Oh, those poor electors. They had no idea.
Right. But it just goes to show sometimes that amazing range of his worked against him.
Too many irons in the fire.
You could say that.
Okay, let's switch gears for a second. Enough about politics and history for now. We got to talk about these monads.
Ah, the monads.
They sound like something straight out of science fiction novel.
Right. Okay, imagine, right, if every atom had its own little movie reel, its entire past and future encoded inside.
Okay, that's a wild visual. I'm with you so far.
That's basically the gist of Leibniz's monad idea. It's kind of his way of explaining the universe, but with a twist.
A twist.
It's like atoms, right? But each one totally unique. Each one containing a blueprint for all of time.
Okay, now my brain is starting to hurt a little.
Right. mind-bending stuff. But it's a great example of how his mathematical mind, it influenced his philosophical ideas too.
It's all connected.
Exactly. And speaking of philosophical ideas, we can't forget about his best of all possible worlds concept.
Oh, right. Didn't that concept really get under Voltaire's skin?
It did.
What was it about that idea that caused so much controversy?
Well, Leibniz was saying that a perfect God, well, he must have created the best possible world, right?
Okay, I see where this is going.
Centuries of debate, suffering, free will, you see. How could a world with so much pain and suffering be the best possible?
Yeah, that's a tough one to swallow.
Right. It's a question that still resonates, even today.
Big questions, no easy answers.
Exactly.
But it's important to ask them, don't you think?
Absolutely.
And, it wasn't all just abstract philosophy for Leibniz either. He also liked to tinker with calculating machines, right?
I did.
Was he like the grandfather of computers or something?
As for computers, absolutely. Binary code, the idea of a universal language for thought.
Wait, hold on. He was thinking about that stuff back then.
Oh, absolutely. And it wasn't just some pipe dream for him. These ideas, they were deeply connected to his work, on logic and math.
So ahead of his time.
He even sketched out a machine, to solve differential equations.
No way. That's incredible.
Right.
Okay, let's try to connect some of these dots here. We've got monads, calculus, calculating machines, a universal language for thought. It's almost like he saw the universe as this giant, intricate machine, all governed by logic and math.
And that's what's so fascinating about Leibniz. He wasn't just good at different things. He saw the connections between things, the underlying patterns.
He was looking for a unified theory of everything, centuries before anyone even thought to call it that.
Exactly. Like he was on a constant quest for a unified theory of knowledge, some way to bring all those diverse interests of his under one big framework.
Which is probably why he was so passionate about creating scientific societies, right?
Yeah.
Places where people from different fields could come together and bounce ideas off of each other.
Absolutely. He saw knowledge as a collective endeavor, not just a bunch of isolated geniuses working in their own little bubbles.
And isn't that more relevant than ever today in our hyper-connected world?
More than ever.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground already. Philosophy, math, diplomacy, even early computing. But there's one more area we haven't even touched on yet, and it might be the most mind-blowing of all.
Oh, and what's that?
His ideas about space and time.
And time.
Yeah, like what even is time? What even is space?
Big questions.
Right. So, get ready, because Leibniz was way ahead of his time on this one. He argued that space and time are relative.
Relative. Wait, you mean?
Way before Einstein.
You're kidding. He was thinking about that stuff back then.
Oh, yeah. He rejected Newton's view, of a fixed, unchanging container for the universe.
So instead of space and time as a fixed background, he saw it as what?
Leibniz. He saw space and time as a system of relationships between things.
Interesting. So, it's all about perspective.
Exactly.
Wow. Just wow.
Right, and you know what?
What?
This actually ties back to his idea of a universal language for thought.
The characteristica universalis.
Right.
He wanted to create a system of symbols that could represent any concept. Kind of like a philosophical version of binary code.
Exactly. It's like he thought, with the right symbolic system, we could calculate the truth of any statement.
Ambitious, to say the least.
Right. This guy, he was trying to create a system to encompass everything, the entirety of human thought.
It's like his brain was a time machine pulling ideas from the future.
I know, right? It's amazing. So, after all this, what do you think? Does Leibniz deserve the title of last universal genius? Or with all the specialization we have today, is that even possible anymore?
That is the question, isn't it? A question worth pondering, for sure. I think what's clear is that Leibniz, despite maybe some of his blind spots...
And there were a few.
Right. Well, he embodies a timeless truth. Curiosity knows no bounds. And sometimes the pursuit of knowledge, even when it's messy, well, that can be its own reward.
Beautifully put. And I think it's safe to say we've only just scratched the surface of Leibniz's mind in this deep dive. But hopefully, you, listening out there, you've come away with a sense of, just how wide-ranging his interests were and how he always tried to find those connections between different fields of knowledge.
A true polymath. Even if he wasn't the last universal genius, he certainly set the bar high.
He really did. And with that, we'll leave you with this. What would you want to discuss with Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz if you could time travel back to the 17th century? Food for thought. Cue centuries of debate on suffering and free will.
Right.
How could a world with so much pain, how could it be the best possible? It's a question we're still grappling with today, don't you think?
Absolutely. And it's fascinating because it wasn't just these big philosophical questions that occupied him. He was also like really hands-on, tinkering with calculating machines. Can you believe that?
He was. Like, really?
Yeah.
So was he, like, the grandfather of computers, or is that a stretch?
As for computers, absolutely. Binary code, the idea of a universal language for thought.
Wait, hold up. He was thinking about that stuff way back then.
Oh, absolutely. And these weren't just, pipe dreams for him. These ideas, they were deeply connected to his work on logic, on mathematics. He even, get this, he even sketched out a machine to solve differential equations.
No way. Seriously.
Seriously.
That's insane. He was centuries ahead of his time.
Okay, so let's try to, connect some of these dots here. We've got monads, calculus, calculating machines, a universal language for thought. It's almost like, am I crazy, or did he see the universe as this giant, intricate machine, like all governed by logic and mathematics?
You're on to something. That's what's so fascinating about Leibniz. He wasn't just good at a bunch of different things. He saw the connections between them, the underlying patterns.
He was searching for a unified theory of, well, everything. Like centuries before that was even a thing people talked about. Exactly. It was like a constant quest for him, this unified theory of knowledge, some way to bring all his diverse interests, all those threads, under one big framework.
Which explains why he was so passionate about those scientific societies.
Oh, absolutely.
Places where people from all these different fields, they could come together, share ideas.
Collaboration. He was all about it. He truly believed that knowledge, it was a collective endeavor, not just about solitary geniuses working in isolation.
And that's what even more relevant today than ever. I mean, look at us, this hyper-connected world.
More than ever.
We're practically swimming in information. Okay, we've covered some serious ground here, right? Philosophy, math, diplomacy, early computing, the guy did it all. But there's one last area we haven't even touched on, and it just might be the most mind-blowing of all.
Okay, you're going to have to tell me more. What area is that?
His ideas about space and time?
Space and time.
Yeah, like what even is time? What even is space?
Whoa, big questions.
Right. So buckle up, because Leibniz was way ahead of the curve on this one. Ready for this? He argued that space and time are relative.
Relative? Wait a minute, are you saying...
Way before Einstein.
You're kidding. He was thinking about that stuff back then.
Oh, yeah. He wasn't buying Newton's view, the whole fixed, unchanging container for the universe. Leibniz wasn't having it.
So if it wasn't this fixed background, then what was it? How did he see it?
He saw it as a system of relationships between things.
So instead of some rigid framework, it's all about dot perspective.
Bingo.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Right. And the best part is?
What?
This idea. It actually loops back to his idea of a universal language for thought.
You mean the characteristica universalis?
That's the one. He was convinced that you could create a system of symbols, right, that could represent any concept at all.
Like a philosophical version of binary code, almost?
Exactly. Leibniz actually thought that with the right symbolic system, we could actually calculate the truth of any statement.
Talk about ambitious.
Right. This guy, he was trying to create a system to encompass the entirety of human knowledge. All of it.
It's like his brain was a time machine pulling ideas from the future.
I know. So after all of this, after everything we've learned, what do you think? Does Leibniz deserve that title, the last universal genius? Or, with all the specialists we have today, is that kind of polymath even possible anymore?
That is the question, isn't it? A question worth pondering, for sure. But I think one thing is crystal clear. Leibniz, well, he might have had his blind spots.
Yeah, even geniuses have those.
Exactly. But he embodies a timeless truth. Curiosity knows no bounds. And sometimes that pursuit of knowledge, even when
We could dip our toes into the ocean of Leibniz's mind with this deep dive. But hopefully you out there listening, you've gotten a sense of just how wide-ranging his interests were, and how he never, ever stopped trying to connect those dots to find those links between all those different areas of knowledge.
a true polymath. And even if he wasn't the last universal genius, he definitely set the bar awfully high.
He really, really did.
Yeah.
So, with that, we're going to leave you with this. If you could hop in a time machine and have a chat with Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz, what would you want to ask him? Food for thought. It really makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This guy challenging the very fabric of how we see the universe. And get this, He even entertained the idea of other worlds.
Other worlds, like different universes.
Exactly. Different possible universes, each with its own unique set of laws, its own outcomes. It's like he predicted the multiverse theory centuries before science fiction even got a hold of it.
Wild. And
Right.
that actually makes his whole best of all possible worlds thing even more mind-boggling.
Right.
If there are infinite possibilities, what does it even mean for this world, the one we're in, to be the best?
It's enough to make your head spin.
It really is.
But that's the beauty of diving into a mind like Leibniz's. It's not about finding all the answers. It's about, well, expanding our own thinking, challenging those assumptions we take for granted.
And embracing the mystery of it all, right?
Yeah, absolutely. He really forces us to think bigger, don't you think?
He does. And to remember that knowledge, it's not just about collecting facts, it's about those connections we make, seeing the pattern.
Pushing those boundaries.
Exactly, always pushing.
And I have a feeling Leibniz himself, he'd be over the moon to see how far we've come.
Oh, I think so.
So many of his ideas that probably sounded crazy back then, they're just reality now. Computers, cosmology, his fingerprints are everywhere.
He really laid the groundwork for so much of what we take for granted today.
He did. So maybe, just maybe, he wasn't the last universal genius. Maybe he was more like, I don't know, a shining example.
The beacon.
Yes. A beacon for those who dare to be curious, to explore, to never stop learning.
To embrace the vast, interconnected tapestry of knowledge.
Beautifully put. And on that note, we've reached the end of our deep dive. But before we go, we have one last question for you. What part of Leibniz's work, what really resonated with you, what new ideas did this deep dive spark for you? Think about it, and until next time, happy exploring.